Hey there, beautiful friends. Call here, and welcome to Sunday Fun Day here at Colleen Marie Designs. Today is Sunday. Today is Stash Challenge Day, you guys. 2 weeks ago, I pulled some cards from this new Stash Challenge that I'm trying from the beautiful Desert Cat Creations. So I made a super cool, well, I think it's super cool earrings. Actually, I made two pairs of earrings. So I was overachiever this month and I mean this week, and I overshot the goals. So go call, toot toot. Anyway, so I made two pairs of earrings and we are going to make those. I'm going to make the other pair. I didn't make two pairs. I made two earrings. And then today we're going to make the other two. I knew you knew that, but I was just clearing it up. So, might I bring you to today's words of wisdom? Don't hide your talents. And when I pulled this card, I have to tell you, the first thing I thought of was like, I know I have some friends out there that are, contemplating starting a YouTube, or maybe you're contemplating starting an Etsy shop. Or I know there's something going on that you probably are very, very talented in, and you just need a little encouragement. So I think this card is for you. And I just want you to know, my friend, that you are beautiful and you are talented. And if you just go ahead and push yourself a little bit, you never know what could happen. I promise you, only good things, my friends, only good things. Shoot for the stars, okay? I did want to show you, though, something really cute. So, my husband likes to bring me little gifties. I might have to bring you up a little bit so you can really, truly appreciate this. He brought this home today, and it spins and lights up, and it throws, like, shadows on the wall. I don't know. I know you won't be able to see it if I do. But that's what it does. And on my ceiling now is all kinds of ghosts and, and fun things. Look at this, a skeleton. Let's watch it. There's a haunted house. There's owls and a scary cat. I just lost 10 viewers. Oh, there's a witch and a cauldron. That's fantastic. Look at the bats. But if you don't like this spin because maybe you have motion sickness, and I don't, it's just the lights and it doesn't spin. It just casts a little. Anyway, I'm thrilled with this. My husband is my hero. I swear to you, people. I swear to you, he's my hero. All right. So, last week's cards that we pulled were let me get to this project, because guys, I did two wire wrapping projects, and I'm going to be straight 100% honest with you. Let's pull you down a little bit because you're probably looking at my gut right now. And I'm sorry if you are. I'm going to be straight honest with you. I'm not a wire wrapping, princess. Or queen or I'm not good at it at all, really, honestly, but I'm learning and I'm here to teach you too, so we can learn together. All right. So we had to make earrings or a cuff. I made earrings. It had to be either multi-strand or a wrap design, and we had to use neon colors and clear beads. Y'all, this is what I picked. I am going to show you what I made, and then I'm going to pick the cards for my next challenge, and then making sure everything's good. Okay, yeah, sorry. And then, and then we'll do that. But let me show you what I made, and then we'll go ahead and make that after I pick my cards. Or should I do it? You know what? Let me pick my cards first, because I want y'all to be in anticipation. And I'm going to tell you, this was like, it took me a while to get it together. Oh, also, look how big this has grown, my friends. I went out and I got the expansion packs. And I want you to know I'm going to put these cards back in here. Well, after we go over that, because I'm not going to put them back in the deck. Because I want to use up all the cards eventually. So here is our friend there. That is Paula Montgomery. Here's her other information. Guys, I will also put links in the description box so you can go find her. And she does this. So I recently bought the expansion pack that is non-jewelry making and findings. And my friends, it's very challenging. Dare I say, terrifying. But that's the whole fun of this, right? I have to tell you, I had so much fun making these earrings. I really did. At first, I was really serious about it, right? I was like, ooh, I'm serious about it. And then I was like, college jewelry making. You don't need to be that serious. It's jewelry making. Yeah, we can be serious, but this is not the time to be serious. right? And then I don't know, I just kind of really had fun with it. Right, so we're gonna pull one make card. Like I said, guys, I did add the expansion packs, and there are some terrifying things. Things that I'm like, what? How do you even? I don't know. But that's the challenge of it, right? That's the challenge of it. Paula, do you come up with like these themes yourself? I mean, girl, I'm mad impressed. I'm mad impressed because you're keeping us on our toes, my friend. You definitely, I saw some of these. I was like, God, I hope I don't get that. I forget. I know Barrett's in there. But there was other things like, I don't even remember, but I'm probably going to get it. So, okay. So that's the make. Then we're going to do the challenge. We're going to pick one of those. And then we'll pick the use. And we'll do 2 of the uses. Because I feel a little bit brave. I feel a little bit valiant. And we'll do that. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead. Shuffly duffly. We're going to scruffle. All right. Those are good to go. Now look how thick the used card. Like I put them all together, my friends, because I am wild and crazy. Okay, I am caution to the wind. We're in it to win it. Okay, because what's the point in challenging yourself if you're not going to really challenge yourself? And if I can't do something, I'll figure it out. That's it. That's all. That's all you do. Listen, this is a pocket sermon. Every single challenge that you face and you are still where you are, think about all of those challenges that you faced up until this point and you've crushed every single one. Yeah, maybe you didn't crush it right away and maybe it took you a little while, but my friend, make no mistake, you crushed it. And so, listen, let's just do it. You will be surprised. You will never know your true potential and your true capabilities until you challenge yourself. Okay? Something to think about. Okay. My sermon is over. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I'm saying anything right now so I can prolong this whole pick here, but we have to do it. All right. Okay, let's do it. We are going to make, and this is going to be in 2 weeks, guys. I give myself 2 weeks because I'm a pretty little princess. And, no, I'm just kidding. But I do give myself 2 weeks because I do have other stuff going on. Not that nobody else does. I'm not saying, I know we're all busy. I'm just saying, I know how I am when I get busy and I'm not a pleasant person. So I try not to get to that point. Okay, no more stalling. I have digressed way long enough. Okay, so we are going to make in the next 2 weeks. Oh, God, please. Ooh, make a match set. Any combination of earrings, bracelet, or necklace. Ooh, I love that. I love making match sets. Oh, I'm so glad I got that. But real quick, guys, I just want to show you some of the really scary ones. Oh, Becky would be good at that. Guys, Becky made a bracelet helper. It was amazing. So I'm going to tell you right now, 100%, if I ever get this card, I'm referring to that video. Make a cake tester. What? Miss Paula. What is I know what a cake tester is, but okay. I mean, I'm down. Make a link. I can do that. A bail. Make hair beads. I mean, some of these they sound fun. But I'll see if there's a napkin ring in here somewhere. I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to do that? All right. So, but we got this. We got this. So this is good. All right. So our challenge is, oh God, here we go. Design something inspired by a pirate. Oh, it is Halloween, my friends. That's amazing. Oh my God. I'm so excited because it's Halloween, so it's totally going to make sense. All right. 2 used cards. You ready? 1. Use seed beads in your design. 2. Use wire wrapping in your design. Okay. You know what, my friends? You know, I'm feeling a bit froggy. Feeling a bit squirrely. I think I might pick one more card. What do you think? Let's do it. Use spacer beads. Bam. There it is. Okay, so this is my challenge for next week. So let's go ahead and put these cards away. Where's my little fancy hair tire? Excuse me, guys. Look at this. It's too many cards. You're sure I'm going to get the next one, too. I don't care. I'm going to challenge myself until the wheels fall off. That's what we're going to do. This is fun, Miss Paula. Thank you for bringing, Mama J, thank you for bringing this and Miss Paula into my life. And Miss Paula, thank you for bringing this to existence. I'm going to have to get a cute little box, though. So I'm going to be putting the spare cards in this little fancy one. Okay, so this is my cards for next week, and in the next 2 weeks, rather. And I'm excited about that. All right, so again, let's look at the cards that I pulled last week. We had a okay, so we made a pair of earrings. We're actually going to make 2 pairs of earrings because I'm over ambitious. And are you guys in this? Sorry, if you guys aren't focused. Okay, because I was over ambitious. So I'm having trouble with seeing what I'm filming. Hopefully it's good. Yeah, neon colors and clear beads. And it had to be a multi-strand or wire wrapped. My friends, I did both. I did earrings. First of all, let me just show you these cutie patoots because Miss Paula gave me a free little bag of beads. And I just made some cutie patoot earrings. I just want to show with just little cactuses and the little drops. And then these cats that are side drilled I got a little creative with the soft flex. But, I mean, they're not perfect, but they're cute. And I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Paula, for the free beads. Guys, you know when I get free beads, I love to make earrings. It's kind of my thing. It's kind of my thing. All right. So you guys remember that big giant earring I showed you in the last video? Okay, well, we're going to do that earring, except I broke it down into 2 earrings because that earring was a little big. So wait till you see this smoke show. Here's our first earring that we're going to be making. So this meets all the criteria. So it's a pair of earrings. It's going to be a pair of earrings, multi-strand or wrap design. And there's multi-strands of wire. Hello. And there's also a little wrap doodad here. Little wrap dewdrop there. Can you see them? And a clear bead and a neon bead. So check, 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 check. Well, we can't check this yet because it's not quite a pair. And then for our second showstopper, my friends. Oh, I love this earring. And it's not perfect because, like I said, wire wrapping's not necessarily my favorite thing in the world. But look at this earring. Oh, I love it. So we got your neon beads. We got neon colors in here. These are actually clear beads. They're clear seed beads with a little AB, I guess, shine on them. But on this black wire, doesn't that make them look a mirror? Like they look like little disco mirrors, but they are actually clear. So multi-strand, there's 2 strands of beads and there's wire wrapping because this is a herringbone. These are both herringbone wraps. So they're the exact same wrap, but one has beads on it and one doesn't. So that's going to be interesting. So you guys will go through those 2. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these and I'm going to wish them farewell on their journey. And we will see them when all of the cards are gone and we restart. Thank you, my friends, for your service. Okay, so is that it? Let me collect myself for a second. All right, so let's bring in our things and our stuff. We're gonna need a bead mat. How are you guys doing? How'd you guys fare? I hope everybody is doing good and got through the bad weather in one piece. You guys with no power right now, you're in my thoughts and prayers. We're okay. Everybody here is okay. The trees are okay. We had some small debris. We didn't have any damage, thank God. We didn't lose, we lost power off and on a little bit on Friday, but it wasn't off the whole day, so. But I was sweating it because I didn't know if I was going to be able to make my lives on Saturday, and I did. So anyway, so what you're going to need, so let's make these first because these are, I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. So we're going to make these first. Yeah, so I need this. Okay, that's for that. This is for those. Okay. Didn't need that big cat hair in there. That's a Mike hair. I know that hair. Oh, speaking of the devil, Mike is just slinking out of his hiding spot, which is right next to me. Hi, Mike. Now he's crawling onto the back of my chair. Play by play, people. Play by play. All right. So what we are going to need for this earring is you're going to need some 22 gauge wire. I want to this, and now guys, this is going to be long pieces of wire. I'm not used to, I've never filmed making, like, usually when I do these earrings, I kind of do it on my, like, on my lap because the wire is so long. So this might get tricky, but I do have safety goggles on. I want you to know we're fine. So you're going to need about 18 inches, give or take, for this design. I have, these are 4mm fire polish beads, and then these are 4mm bitones. And then we have this really groovy metal sugar skull that I got at, I think, Michael's. I'm not sure. And you're also going to need some seed beads. These are the 11-0 hexes, and these are clear, transparent luster crystal. And so they're clear. So I met all the requirements. Now listen, it's a little, it's not, you know, like I said, this is not my best skill. But I think those are pretty sweet. I think those are pretty darling. We'll see. We'll see if I can make them on camera. All right. So I don't exactly know how many you're going to need here. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. So we have 8 of each, it looks like. And you're also, of course, going to need some ear wires. You're not going to need any jump rings, any craziness like that. Why did I pour so many out if I only need 8? I don't know. I don't know. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We'll put just a couple extra. I don't think I'll need them. We're making the same exact earring. Why would I need them? But just in case. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, look, that looks good. That looks like it's plenty. Plenty. I didn't count the seed beads. I'm not counting the seed beads, guys. Just use the seed beads until there's no more room. However many that is. Because you might have different size seed beads, right? You might have smaller ones, bigger ones. These are hex shaped, you know. It really depends on the seed beads. How many of those you're going to need. Okay. Yeah, put little tags on my wire because when you take them off the card, oh my God, it's cat hair everywhere today. You know, I don't know what size they are, so I put these little, because I have dementia. All right. Here we go. Where is your little... I usually have this wire cut before I start projects, but here we are. All right, I said 18 inches, right? Oh my goodness. I don't know, my friends. I don't know. Do I really need that much wire, do you think? I don't think so, but we'll see. I don't know why in my brain I'm saying 18 inches. Because I didn't write anything down, of course. I have a little notebook that I write stuff down. Oh my God, this is long piece of wire. Y'all, you're going to need all this wire. I usually write stuff down in a notebook, my projects, the ingredients and whatnot. But I didn't write anything down for this. So we're just going to do it on the seat of our pants, by the seat of our pants. We're flying. All right. So I'm just going to straighten this wire out, guys. This is just something I do with wire all the time. Sometimes I'll straighten it out with my fingers. This is 22 gauge, so it's kind of thin. Make sure you have safety goggles on. Don't be doing this and having it splaying everywhere. I mean, I don't think Mike is, Mike's safe. Mike is safe. He's not going to get splung. Is that a word? It is now. Right. And I will sometimes also just get I keep calling this a wire straightener because that's what I use it for. Nylon jaw plier. And just go ahead. And just a couple, like, straightening it out. You're getting it, warming it up a little bit. I just like to do this. It's like my little my pre-game warm-up. You know, some people, they go out and they do parties in the parking lot. What is that? When they pre-game before football games. This is my pre-game. That's what I do. A straighten wire. I know, I'm a total bad butt. I know. Okay. So here we go. Friends, hold on, because we're going to do this. All right. So other tools that you will need. You will need cutters, of course. We're always going to need those. You're going to need some pliers. You know, I just have my normal bent chain nose and my regular pliers. You're going to need some round nose pliers. Your wire straightener, and I think that's it. I'm just going to grab this little set of pliers too, just in case I want to use those. But we are not using any jump rings here. There's going to be no jump ring usage. None of that. The other pair of earrings, there is jump rings, but this pair, there is no jump rings. All right, so when I do this, and I don't do this often, but when I do, I like to go ahead and take my wire, And I'll go about 2, we'll say 3 inches down. We'll go about 3 inches down, maybe a little more than 3 inches. We're going to go ahead and bend that wire over the tool. And guys, if I'm holding the wire funny, it's because I have this much of it and I don't know what to do with it. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to make a wrapped loop. Oh my goodness. Now this is going to be the bottom of our earring. And this is going to be really ugly because I did kind of not do this one really well. But if you look back here, I know it's a train wreck. We'll talk through it, okay? We'll talk through it. But I bent the hoop up. Now listen, you can either bend the hoop up, right? And you can have just this earring, or you can leave a loop here and you can hang something from it. Because originally that was what my earring was. Remember guys, if you saw it, it was this guy. And then it had this guy hanging from it. And I just said, that's a little too much. So I broke it down. So that's your choice. That's, you know, that's your preference, artist's preference. But so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a loop and bend it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a larger loop because a bigger loop is going to be easier to bend down than a smaller loop. Because I don't know. So you think that makes sense? I'm not sure if that makes sense. But it did when I was making it. It was easier for me to bend a bigger loop back than it was the smaller one. The smaller one was hard to push back. So we're going to continue and just do that. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to make a loop like we do, right? And I'm going to switch hands. And somebody asked me why I switched hands. Because I'm predominantly right-handed, guys. I do everything with my right hand. So it's just easier for me to wrap with my right hand. So that's why I hold the tool with my left hand. Not because I'm trying to be cool or whatever, but just because this is my predominant hand. Guys, if you're lucky enough to be ambidextrous, is that the word? You know, I think that's about a 37-point Scrabble word, by the way, just pro tip. You know, if you're ambidextrous, then you don't have to worry about this. You can go ahead and continue. But I'm not, because my left hand, I don't think even shares the same brain as my right hand, if we're being honest. But I digress. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this really big loop. Now, I'm going to want to put several wraps in here. And I think I did 9 or 10. So we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. All right. So basically, we're just going to take our wire and we're just going to start wrapping it and counting. So that's 1, 2, 3. I feel like that commercial. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 4. Okay, I'm sorry. 5, 6. And you want to keep tension. See, I didn't keep enough tension. That kind of separated a little bit, but you want to keep tension on this wire when you're wrapping it because you want those wraps really nice and tight. Was that 6? Yeah. 7, 8. And the further you go down on your wire is going to get a little flimsy. And so you can just kind of start like wrapping with your fingers a little bit. And I think that's 9. And then we can just fix that up with our pliers. I'm going to do one more. I think it's going to be 10. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it off the tool. And you should have something like this. We're going to go ahead and cut this. Be careful, guys, because you have this big, chomping long piece of wire. Yeah. We're just going to go ahead and cut that. Okay, and we're going to tuck it down a little bit. It's not a really big deal because there's going to be something on top of this. So this wire will never stick anybody, but just because we're professionals. That's not the best, but so if you get a little gap, like see there's just this little minute gap there, what you can do is you can just take your pliers and kind of grab that loop, that wrap loop, and just kind of be careful though. Like kind of compress it. Maybe I'll do it from this. See, did you hear the wire hitting my lamp? It's awkward, to say the least. And just kind of compress those wires back together. Okay. So now you've got really no gaps. And that's kind of what you want. Now listen, I just knocked my lamp over. Hold on. Now listen, it does not have to be perfect. I do like to keep them tight like that because I don't want any wire sneaking in between gaps. But it does not have to be perfect because we are going to be actually covering all of this up. You will barely see any of it. So don't get super, but it is easier to when you're doing it if the wraps are nice and filled in. Okay, so we're gonna take our little lady here, or dude that's into fashion. I don't, whatever. And we are going to place that up right there. And then we're going to go ahead. Now, this is the fun part, my friends. This is where you get to guesstimate. Because now you're going to have to make, on this side, you're going to have to make, you know, there are a couple ways you can do this. You can do it probably, which is the best way, by using a ruler. You can go ahead and you can come in here and you can kind of measure from the wraps to the beginning of the loop. You can kind of measure, okay, so that's about a 1/2 inch of wraps. Or you can, sometimes I'll take my pliers and I'll kind of like see about where on my pliers that is and kind of guesstimate that way. That's what I usually do. So let's go ahead and try that. So you want to make sure your loops are going to be going the same way. So on this side, right? No. Okay. Dude. Cooperate. Okay, where are we at? Okay, yeah. So, on the side. Sorry, the wire is getting stuck under my lamp. I don't know how people do this and keep it together because I'm struggling. But guys, I'm so glad you're with me. Thank you for struggling along with me. I'm so happy to have the company because struggling alone is no fun. Struggling alone is no fun. Wire, listen, we're going to have a problem here. I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, let's get this done. Okay, so I'm going to put it about here because I figure that's about, I can fix the loops later, that's fine. I figure that's about, hopefully that's going to be right. Let's go. Ready, guys? We're going to roll the dice. Ready? I'm going to blow them first. Roll them. All right, I'm locked in. Let's do it. Bending that over the tool and then creating this space. That's a pretty big space. I have hope. I have hope. That's a pretty big space. Now, this is going to be the top loop, obviously, so it doesn't have to be as big. It can be whatever. And this is 22 gauge wire, guys. If you want to make like a double loop here, you can. You can do this project with 24 gauge wire. You're definitely going to want to do a double loop if you're using 24 gauge wire. I'm not going to do a double loop because I'm pretty confident that this 22 gauge wire will be fine. I'm going to move out of the way because I don't want to whiplash myself. You can also do, I really wouldn't do it with 20 gauge unless you're like super, if you're strong, you know, if you're strong and super confident, then yes, go for it. But if you're just regular people, I will probably go with the 22 gauge. All right. And this is going to get a little, you can fix the loops whenever. All right. So now we're going to count and hopefully we're going to get 10 wraps in here. And this will spin. That's fine. We can fix that. Ready? Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, keeping that tension, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're going to get 9, and that's fine. I'm okay with 9. The important part about this project is, and I hope I have enough wire because I'm thinking to myself, I think I cut, when I did this project, I think I cut 20 inches, but we'll see. You guys know how I freak out about wire. This is the important part. You want this wire, you want this coming around to the front. You don't want to start it when the wire, you know, you want to bring the wire to the front and then we're going to bring it down, right? So it's coming out of the front. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and load our beads on, and I'm going to start with orange. And we're just going to, you're not going to see the component because it's a lot of wire here. But okay, so I'm going to start with orange, and I'm going to alternate orange and pink. And I think, what did I say, 4? Did I get 4 on each side? Yeah. Okay. So 8, right? So that's 4, 5. This is awkward, right? 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we are going to bring this down and we're going to find the right side, which is the correct side, which is the side that the wire is coming out from the front. We're going to push those up against, as far against that bead as you can. Guys, you don't have to have a bead like this. This works good with round beads, oblong beads, whatever you got. And then you're just going to pull this wire and you're going to shape it with your fingers over this bead. And you're just going to follow the shape of the bead with the wire. We're just going to follow the shape of the bead with the wire. And then we're going to get down here. And we're going to make sure we're going to hold everything tight with our fingers. And then we're going to take this wire and we're going to wrap it behind and bring it back around to this side. So now this is coming out of the front on this side at the bottom. You can go ahead and push that down with your fingers to get a little bit closer. Guys, this is going to spin, but we're going to take this wire and bring it across the back to keep it from spinning so much. So we will fix that problem. Okay, so now we have the wire coming out on this side from the front. And these guys might get a little out of shape too. Again, guys, you can fix all that. Okay, we're going to start with the orange because we ended with the pink. And I want to keep that, that pattern. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is a fun project. 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to tell you guys, and this might come as a shock to some of you what I'm about to say for reasons, but honestly, like, I'm not that great at wire. I learned a lot of my wire wrapping and I learned how to do herringbone, a lot of stuff from Sarah Lovecraft. So guys, I'm not going to, I'm just going to say it like it is. I learned a lot. So if you guys are really looking for, and Andrea Bieber as well, if you guys are looking for like really good wire instructors, those are 2 of the good ones. So absolutely, I would, I'll just tell it like it is, my friends. I'm an honest person. All right, so now we have these beads going along the front of here, and we are going to take, and they're both really good patient beginner type instructors. So guys, yeah, So anyway, we're going to take these. That was really more awkward than it probably should have been. And we're going to, like we did the first time around, we're just going to hold those, push those against, the component. And then we're going to take this, and I like to like put my thumb in here and kind of put that pressure there as I'm wrapping this wire around. And again, we're just going to bring it back to the front where we started with the first one. And that's going to, it looks a little crazy, and that's fine. You can come back here. You can take these pliers. You can kind of pull your wire down that way. You can, I just really, honestly, I use my fingernails. And I know some of you that have really nice nails probably don't want to do that. So use your tools. That's okay. That's what they're there for. Okay. So then this is what you should have. And if you want to stop here, and, and it's just an odd shaped bead. That's why it's kind of finicky. If you have like a normal shaped bead, it'll be a lot easier. But you can stop here and just give her this little halo that almost looks like a little ring of flowers, like a little flower lei, if you will. She's very fancy. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on the disco diamonds. This is what I'm calling this. See how clear these are? They're just so beautiful and clear, but when they go on that hematite colored wire, they become disco balls. Yes. Now, I don't know how many of these we're going to need, but we'll do one side, and then I'll probably pause this video to do the other side because these are very tiny. And I don't know if y'all want to sit here this long while I put these 1,000,000 of seed beads on this wire. But, yeah. Oh, we went out to dinner tonight. I had some, what did I eat tonight? We had buffet. That's what we had. I don't even remember. It was one of those, my husband and I, we had quite the weekend, as a lot of you did. Oh, okay. Whatever, my friend. So we were just not feeling like cooking today. Not feeling like cooking. But the problem is neither one of us could decide what we wanted. I knew what I didn't want, but I didn't know what I did want. You know what I'm saying? You ever been there? Like, you tell your husband, he's like, what do you want to eat? And you're like, I don't know. What do you want? I don't know. What do you want? And then you're like, I don't know. Whatever. Let's pick something. And then they pick something. And you're like, no, I don't want that. That's kind of how it was today. He's like, I was like, I don't care, babe. What do you want? He's like, well, how about this? And I'm like, no, I don't want that. And so anyway, we couldn't decide. So we decided to go to the buffet. Now listen, I'm what a big back. I'm a big back girl, okay? So I know my way around the buffet. So I try to stay away from them though, because I'm trying to get into shape. Even though round is a shape, my friends, okay? Round is a shape, and it's a lovely shape. But I need to be a different shape. So that you could just check, but we can clearly see that's not enough. So we're going to keep on going. But but I couldn't decide, and so I was like, fine. So we have a buffet up the street, and it's not that expensive, and their food is decent. I don't eat everything, but what I eat there, I know it's good. So, well, we have this other buffet. It's an Asian buffet, and it's kind of far away. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, and that's our favorite place. But when we go there, we have to really like plan it out because of traffic. So this was just right up the street. We had one. It used to be Golden Corral, but it's something else now. But they have good food. But we try not to do that too often. It's just when we can't decide what we want to eat, you know. And of course, my husband gets like 4 plates of food because he's a man. All right, so here we go. We are coming around from the front. So let's go ahead. And now what you're going to do with this is you're just going to, like you did with the first one, you're going to lay that down, but you're going to lay that down on top of this first set of beads. Oh, and that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think that was perfect, actually. And I had the right amount of beads on there. Okay. So just laying that down across this bead. Now we're going to bring this back like we did before. We're going to take our thumb, right? And we're going to kind of hold that tight and then wrap this wire around. Now, guys, if you are using 24 gauge wire, you're going to really, really just take your time doing that, because what's going to happen is, because this is so long, this piece, and the 24 gauge wire is so thin that when you go to wrap this around, sometimes it might bend. So just keep it tight. Keep your fingers locked in, and when you make that loop, so you don't bend your wire back. And if you do bend your wire back, you can bring it back, but you don't want to do that too many times, because the more bends, obviously, you get, it's going to become brittle. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to fill up this side, and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, and we're back. And I am going to see, I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. Okay, so where you want to find where that is coming out. Okay, you want to find it's coming out of the front, so that's the side we want. I'm going to actually push this down a little bit because things are getting a little crazy. Okay, we're going to lay that along, and I think I need 2 more. I think that wasn't quite enough. I got really lucky on that first one. It usually never happens on the first try. I must got somebody on my shoulder today keeping count. All right, so we are coming out of this side. All right. Laying that down, making that halo. Oh, one more. Oh my goodness. I was really off on that one. Okay. All right. All right. And then we're just going to go ahead and do wrap around, right? And now we're kind of done with our, and so this is what you should have. And you can push this down a little bit. Form that more to use your tools if you have to. Just hold that loop, kind of bring this wire down a little, and make it all nice and connected. Okay, just fiddle with it into place, right? And so you'll have something like this, and that's kind of your double halo, right? So now with this wire, and this is coming from the front, so we are going to go ahead, I'm just going to hold my tool here for a second, because just to give me some leverage. We're going to actually take this wire and we're going to bring it all the way to the back, right? All the way to the back. Make sure it looks okay on the front, because see, here it gets a little bunchy. Let me try to make that that transition a little bit nicer. That's why I was trying to use my tools. There we go. And see, that'll look a little bit nicer there in the front. So now that we have this wire back here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to bring it across the back of this bead. And so this will keep this bead, it might spin a little bit, like it's going to move a little bit, but it's not going to spin around. And then we're just going to go ahead and take this wire and we're going to loop it around this bottom loop. Then we're just going to go ahead and cut it there. We just want to wrap it around once. You can wrap it around twice if you want a little extra security. But we're going to be folding this up. So one wrap, I think, is enough to keep that in place. And so we didn't need quite the 18 inches of wire. Again, Chicken Little had said the sky was falling, and it is what it is. Let's measure this piece of wire just to be sure, just so I can be 100,000,000% thorough. I'm going to say this is about 2 inches. So you really only need 15, but then you don't have a tail for wrapping. So I still recommend the 18 inches if you can handle that amount of wire. If you can't and you want to use a smaller piece, you can. But don't use too small of a piece, guys, because I don't know, like, you can't really add wire to this. So just make sure. And I mean, this is not a perfect earring. I understand it's not perfect, but it's fun. And it's Halloween, and it's also Day of the Dead, and you can't go wrong with this, okay? So I love this earring, and it's for me, so it's fine. Guys, if you want to, and this is on there pretty good, but if you wanted to, you could take your pliers, and you could do like a bend in here to really lock that in. You could do something like that, you know, to lock that in. We're going to take this, and we're going to bend this back. You don't have to use your tools, actually. You can just use your fingers, because this is only 22 gauge wire. But you just want to make sure that you're not bending it where the wraps kind of are. You're just going to bend it in there. And I forgot to close the little wire dude. I just saw him poking out somewhere. There he is. Just kind of make sure you put that guy in there. Here we go. Okay. And you can kind of finagle it back here. You can kind of twist this over here a little bit more. Pull this up. So when you flip it over, you really don't see it as much. Like I said, it's not perfect, and my wire did go a little crooked, but I love it. I don't care. I love it. I think it's super cute, guys. I'm sure your wire wrapping will be a little bit neater than mine. This is kind of a hot mess, but it's creative, and that's what jewelry making is about, guys. Your pieces don't have to be flawless. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be anything other than what you want them to be. And I love these earrings, and I'm going to wear them probably a lot. And nobody's going to see the back. Nobody's going to see that super highway of Frankenstein goodness. They're just going to see super cute earrings. I love them. Okay, so, oh, I forgot to bring my earring bowl over, but these are going to go in the earring treat bowl. Faux show. I don't know where I am at time. So, because I can't see my screen, because it's blindingly bright with these lights. So, we're just going to dive right into the next one. And this next one, you are going to need... this is a 3mm clear fire polish. I have this little spider, guys. These were in the Soft Flex Spider Queen kit from last year, which I pulled out, and I'm going to be making something with it this week. I'm super excited. We have this rondelle. I believe this is like a 6x4. We have an ear wire, and I think 2 jump rings or one jump ring. Okay. 1 jump ring. I believe that's a 4mm. This is from the other project, but 4mm jump ring and a pair of ear wires. And you're going to need some 22 gauge wire. I believe that's what I used here. I think that's 22 gauge wire. What I don't remember is how much wire I cut for here. So we're going to cut about 15 inches. We're not putting beads on it. So we probably really honestly only need about 12 inches, but I'm going to cut 15 just for propriety's sake, if that made sense. Ooh, no man got left behind. There's a little seed bead. All right. So we'll say that's about 15. I want to say I cut about 15 inches, but I don't remember. It's okay. All right, here is our wire. We're just going to go ahead, take our fingers, and just warm that up a little bit. This is German style wire, by the way, guys. This is bead-along German style wire. I probably should have mentioned that in the beginning, but you can absolutely make this with craft wire. Just remember that craft wire is a little bit softer. So when you're doing these, if you do these earrings with craft wire, just keep in mind that this neck will be a little bit softer when you're wrapping around it. But it won't be that bad, because when you start bulking up those wraps, it will make that wire a little bit sturdier. But just little things to keep in mind. Okay, so I like this. All right, so again, the same way that we started out with the other earrings, we're going to go about 3 inches down on our wire. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to make that bend over the wire. And I'm going to just straighten while I have this in my hand like this. I'm just going to go ahead, if I can, and just straighten that out with the tool. I'm not pulling hard. I'm just straightening it out just a little bit. Okay. All right. So we are going to go ahead and get our pliers, or round nose pliers. Oh my goodness. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our loop. So up and over, right? Twisting your tool, bringing that wire back over, switching hands, because I am right-handed dominant. So that is my rep hand. And we're going to make, I think I'm going to try to get 10 reps in here as well. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. All right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, keeping that nice and tight. 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I only did 9. I'm going to do 10. Because I know I sometimes like to do things in even numbers, unless it's 3. Then I do it in 3s because that's my number, but I don't know. So this is what you should have, okay? We're going to go ahead and cut this little tail off. What am I doing? What am I doing? I don't even know anymore. You know what it is? I'm going to take a drink. That's what it is. Because this has been a long one, my friends. Feel free to pause it and go get snacks. If you're getting snacks, I'll take some, like, Funyuns. You got Funyuns? I'll take Funyuns. Right? I'm not oh, wait. Yeah, no. I'm not overly concerned with tucking that in because we are going to put a bead here. I was looking for my skeleton bead because I thought I was making a last. I felt like I was in deja vu. It was like Groundhog Day. Like, wait a second. Didn't I just make this project? You did, Kyle. You did. You're not dreaming. Okay. Just going to tuck him in a little bit here. There we go. And then we're going to put this rondelle on. And this is our neon. We had to use neon colors. And that, my friends, is about as neon as it gets. Now, let me check and see if we're about... I don't know. That may or may not come out even. We'll see. We'll find out together. All right. And then take our pliers. Again, we are going to guesstimate. We're going to guesstimate this distance because that's what I like to do. I'm a gambler. I'm really not, but it's fun to guesstimate. And I'm trying to guesstimate about where I used the pliers on the last project because I think I had 10 reps for that. And I think we got 9. So let's make the bend here. Oh, I forgot to roll the dice. Roll the dice. Whew. Okay, here we go. Bim, bam. I did it. And that's what we got. We are extra silly today, my friends. We are extra silly. I think it's because of just the weekend I've had, you know? Not just the rain and the weather, but just, oh, I don't think we're going to get 9 reps in there. I'm pretty sure 10 reps. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get 10 reps in there, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're just going to go ahead and, wait, what are we doing? I forgot what I was doing for a second. I was busy talking. Bending the wire over the pliers, moving those around, and then bringing that wire back up. Then we're going to bring these over here. We're going to knock Bobo out with them. Actually, Bobo's on the catio right now because he was being a nudge and I didn't want him to. Just trying to make this loop the same size as the one on the bottom. So I'm just sorry if I'm off camera. I'm just adjusting this loop. This is where you want to adjust those loops, guys, before you lock it in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to start our reps. It's going to be 1. What? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh! Well, let's stop there. I don't want to... Okay, let's stop there. Okay. So we want it going across the front. What have I done? Okay, well, it's going across the front. We'll just start at the bottom. But the most important thing is you want this wire coming out towards the front of the bead. So what we're going to do is, yeah, wait, what am I doing wrong? Why am I I'm all of a sudden having brain farts, my friends. What am I doing? So put the beads on. Okay. So basically, I don't know why I had a brain fart. You're going to take this wire and you're going to bring it around the side of the bead like this. Because we're just doing it the same exact way we did with the other one, except we're just not putting beads on the side. And then we're going to take this wire, and I'm holding all of this pretty tight with this hand. And I'm also holding this wrap here. And we're going to bring this wire around, and then we're going to bring it back to the front. So it's coming back out across the front of the bead. I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm going to move my hand, and I'm going to bring this back around, right, to the front. Making sure that's all in place. I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to bring it right over to the side, coming through the front on this side. Now, this is where it gets fun, because now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this wire and we're going to lay it right behind that other wire. We're laying that right behind that other wire, coming to the front. We're coming, oh, there you are, sorry. We're coming to the front, taking this wire, wrapping this around, bringing it back to the front like that. Then we're going to take this wire and we're going to lay it down behind that wire before it, bringing it to the front, right? Okay, and you can, I kind of alternate hands when I do the wrapping part. And we'll take this wire and we'll wrap it around, and we're holding it tight, bringing it back around to the front. So you're making one whole wrap and bringing it back around to the front. Taking it, laying it behind those other two, but yet bringing this wire to the front here. I'm going to wrap it with this hand, right? Taking it to the back, wrapping it all the way around, bringing it back to the front. Okay. Taking it behind those wires, bringing it back to the front, wrapping it around, bringing it back to the front. See, we're creating this little, almost kind of looks like maybe fish, like fish scales or something, kind of the way that it's interwoven. So we're taking this wire and we're going to put it behind the other one, behind the other wires, and then bringing it to the front, taking it, wrapping this around and bringing it back to the front on this side. We're going to go ahead. We're going to lay that down, lay it across the front, wrapping it around. And I think, can we get any more in? We'll probably get one in on the top, but let's see. I want to make sure they're the same size. I think this one might be longer. We might stop here. Trying to see them next to each other. Yeah, this one's definitely a little bit bigger. I went a little crazy, so we're just going to end this one now. But I think you guys got the gist of it. It's just a basic, and you don't have to do anything on the back because this doesn't matter if this spins. You don't have to do any of that. I can't believe I really think I have like 50-year-old dementia lately. I forget stuff. I'm doing it right when I'm doing it. I'm like, really? Did you really forget as you were doing it? Okay. And so this is what you'll have. You'll have this little skeleton herringbone looking dude. He's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And now that I can lay him flat, I can see just exactly how much bigger he is than this one. And he's a lot bigger than that one. Man, I'm going to have to redo these, it looks like, because they're not even cousins, my friends. But I digress. Let's finish this out, shall we? All right. So now we're going to do a much simpler wrap here, my friends. We are going to just make a simple little wrapped loop here. With this, we're putting this is our dewdrop. Every little spider needs a dewdrop. Okay. So for making wrap loops, we're just going to go ahead, take our pliers, flush up against the bead. You're going to, however many wraps you want, that's about the space you want to use. We're going to take those pliers, bend them right, the wire, bend them right over the pliers. And then I'm going to use my I like to use these purple ones because they have a little bit of a skinnier mandrel, and I like to use those for like smaller beads. I don't like to make a really large loop. So over the tool, spinning the tool around, bringing the wire over, just like we did with the other things, right? Centering that loop, and then I'm just going to finger wrap this because this is really thin wire. You can use your tools, but we're just going to finger wrap in here, keeping that nice and tight. We want pretty little wraps. Okay, take that off the tool. These were not the best wraps. I'm not going to worry about it. At this point, I'm just going to be grateful to get through this video and start working on my new challenge. And then we're just going to go ahead and find our little sharp edge, and we're just going to tuck them in. Nice and easy, because this is just a little baby bead, a little 3mm bead. So I just want to make sure we're being extra careful. All right. So I don't think it really matters top or bottom with this. I'm just going to go ahead and fix these loops a little bit. Oh, and there was somebody who gave me, guys, I love reading your comments, by the way, and I love when you guys give me tips. Because, guys, I've really only been making jewelry since about the year 2020, so only for a couple years now, and sometimes when I read your tips, I think to myself, wow, that's really smart. So don't be afraid to leave comments, to leave tips. But today, I didn't realize I had missed a couple comments over the last couple weeks, because I try to be really good about responding to comments, because I do enjoy talking to you all. And so I downloaded this YouTube studio thing, and it showed me some comments that I missed. And so I apologize, guys, if I've missed your comments. I do really try to keep up. But somebody gave me a tip about coating pliers with I guess the Tool Magic or whatever. And I think I really want to try that. I think I really want to look into it. I have it in my saved in my Amazon on the wish list, because it's a little pricey. But thank you for that tip so much, guys. I really do appreciate the tips, honestly. I'm not one of those people that pretends I know everything, because I don't. So we're going to take our jump ring, and this jump ring we're going to put on first we're going to put on our little dewdrop, and then we're going to put on our spider, and that dewdrop is just going to sit right in front of that spider. So cute. And then we're going to attach it on one end. It doesn't matter what end. Pick an end. And this is a 4mm jump ring that I'm using. Okay. We always do our jump ring side to side, right? We never pull them apart, because then you'll have an egg, and you don't want an egg. And then I just like to do squeeze, and I like to do the finger test and make sure that's not sharp. And so now all we have left to do is just put on that head pin. I mean, ear wire. I knew what it is. So we're just going to open this up. Same way we would jump ring, side to side. Y'all, I survived this project. I did not, I knew I would. I have to stop saying that I didn't think I'd survive, because I have more confidence than that. Because if I didn't think I would survive, I wouldn't have done it. But I'm very happy that I survived it. Because like I said, wire's not my thing. But I don't back down from a challenge ever. These are a little, not quite the same size, and I actually think that I might have done that with 24 gauge wire. Okay, I did this with 24 gauge wire, I think, because it's a lot thinner. Make sure this is the 22, not the 20 gauge. No, it says 22. That's definitely 22. But this is, I think I made this with 24 gauge wire. That's why it's so much smaller. I forgot. I had 20 gauge, 22 gauge, and 24 gauge all on my table at the same time. So it's probably what I did. But you get the idea. So if you use it, so this is good. If you want to use the 24 gauge wire, you'll get this little bit of a thinner look. The 22 gauge will give you this little bit of a wider look. Okay, my friends, and let me bring in the rock stars, and I will say good night and goodbye, and have a wonderful day. Tomorrow is Monday, my friends. Some of you are going back to work. Have a wonderful week. Don't stress yourself out too much. I know that's almost near impossible for most of us. But just remember at the end of the day to give yourself a little bit of a break, and, eat the Twinkies, do the things, get your nails done, soak your feet, do whatever it is that makes you feel good and pretty, because, my friend, you deserve it. And, eat the cake. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you all have a great day. I hope you're planting your magical beans, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.